Now that we have had a brief introduction to what Google Classroom is, why don't we take a closer look at what it actually involves? Now, Google Classroom weaves together things like Google Docs, Google Drive, as well as Gmail. And it does this so that teachers are able to create and collect assignments paperlessly. Within Classroom, teachers are able to create an assignment, use it in multiple classes, and choose how it is that students complete the assignment. For example, they can decide whether each student receives an individual copy or if all students work on the same copy of the assignment. Additionally, teachers are able to track what has been completed, who has completed, and who has not. And then they're able to provide feedback to the individual students. Let's take a look at an example of the assignment flow that can happen between teachers and students. So here you can see in our example that a teacher would start off by creating an assignment that maybe had an attached Google document file. When the teacher assigns the assignment, the student will receive the Google document file. They will then be able to work on that file and edit it and then submit it for grading. Once they submit it for grading, the teacher will then be able to take a look and grade the assignment and then hand it back for feedback. And at that point, the student is then able to edit their document and make any changes that needs to be made. The one really neat thing about this whole process is that once a student hands in their assignment for grading, they no longer have the ability to edit. Only the teacher does, which can come in quite handy, particularly if you have particular deadlines that you're looking at and you don't want students to be able to make marks on a document after a certain point in time. That is something that really comes in handy there. Now, both teachers and students are able to see a list of pending and completed class assignments, which is great because if you've ever been in a classroom and heard the questions, but teacher, what do I have done? What do I not have done? Can you give me my homework list or my catch-up list? This can actually help prevent some of that from happening because all we need to do is direct students to the appropriate place. And there they will be able to see the list of everything that they have completed, as well as those items that they have not completed. Also, the teacher is able to see those things for him or herself as well. And they are also able to provide grades for the students, and students are able to view those grades. As you can see, Google Classroom has the potential to be an extremely powerful force in your classroom, whether it be an actual brick and mortar school or an online school in a digital forum. In our next few lectures, we'll start focusing a little bit more on how you can set up your Google Classroom, how students get set up, and I'll also be sure to share with you some of the tips that I've learned that have helped make my processes easier as I've been working through Google Classroom in the past few months.